Alright, so in this video we're going to do two things. One, we're going to be fixing this dreaded issue that we've been having forever, where we really just had a super difficult time actually getting, well, as you can see here, it's returning -1. If you watch any of the previous videos, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's not actually getting the correct index of the instance. It's just failing in the majority of the places except for a few. And where it does get it, it is actually correct. So we're going to fix that. And next off, I made a goof here, and with the positions for the foundation, I accidentally put position 0 and position 1 inside of each other. So I'm just going to take position 0 and slide it on over. I'm going to go ahead and give it the foundation preview to make sure that I have these at the right place. Okay, so those are there. I didn't mean to actually remove them all initially. Not you, meant to do you. There we go. Okay, so we have to bring this one pretty much around, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it there so it makes sense and rotate by 90 degrees. That way we get all these kind of positioned in the, well, the way we want them to. So we have our sockets there. Good to go. Let's go ahead and just make sure we save it. And now let's dive into our fix. So if we head over to get hit index, we are having a problem with get instances overlapping sphere, where it returns just a T array of different indexes that we hit. That is something we are having a problem with. It is not working reliably for whatever reason, and I went through and I did a little more research and I did some testing with other meshes as well, including, for example, the default cube. The default cube works perfectly fine. But other meshes, like the stairs, it's doing the same thing that the foundation did. Same thing with these other big meshes. It just has problems. And I don't know what actually the cause is, but something I never knew is it's one of the parameters in the hit result that we actually have access to that gives us our index. So if I just do hit result.item, it returns an int32, and that gives us our instance that is hit. So we're going to go ahead and swip that over right now, and honestly that removes the need to have really any of this. So for the time being, I'm just going to remove all that and just return hit result dot item, and that's it. So that's all we're going to be doing for this temporarily. We're going to end up having, again, overriding all this because we want to have parts that can have parts on them. So like the ceilings will be attached to the walls and that kind of stuff. But now, as you can see, actually, let me undo that so we can visually see real quick. Let me redo, and I'm just going to draw a debug sphere up at the top, just so we can visually see where our cursor is at. Okay, so I place it down. As you can see, now we are getting everything just fine. We got all of our corners, and that's all working, and we can go down here, and it's kind of hard to do based on where it's actually at. When I just had it, where was it supposed to be placed? Right there. So there we have the foundation. Get myself out of the way. I need to change the distance. I think I'm picking up from too high, but you can see it's actually snapping. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reduce that valid hit distance. So we're, by default, remember this is 100, so we're 100 centimeters in diameter that we can find. I'm going to reduce this to something small along the lines of probably, let's do 25. Let's drop it by a quarter, all the way down to a quarter. And that should give us a little bit better results. So there we go. I can now place foundation there. I can place foundation there. Place it there. Same thing with the wall. They all snap on the corners. All nice and dandy. Same thing goes for foundations. I can just snap them to the edges. However, I really need to. And just kind of keep going. But you'll see here, if we look at our index, we're at 2. Now we're at 4. We're at 1, 3, Now we're at 3, 0, 1, 2, and the 1 for here, which is 0. So it's getting our index correctly. And that was really the main thing that we were struggling with, because obviously if we can't get the index, we can't really do anything else. So it's just a giant pain. Anyways, that is now resolved, so we can continue. So that's going to be all in this video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon down in the description below, where I have a team deathmatch series just for Patrons, as well as you get early access to pretty much all my videos. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to join my Discord that is also linked down below, and I'll try to help you out. So, I'll see you in the next video.